While I hate to admit it, whenever I see the Pontiac G6 on the road, I am met with two very distinct visions. One is that the driver must be on vacation and that this is his or her rental car. Pontiac seriously over-anticipated demand for this car and overbuilt. The other is the big promotion that tied the introduction of the G6 into the Oprah Winfrey Show. If you do not recall, Oprah acted like Santa gave an all-new G6 to each and everyone in the audience for that show. While generous and newsworthy, there was a bit of backfire, and the show did not cover the cost of taxes to take delivery of the car, and this left a rotten taste in some as they could not afford or were not willing to pay taxes for a free car. And a curious knock has been that the G6 is now seen in certain circles as the car that cannot even be given away, let alone sold. So enough about how this vehicle was introduced and how it is perceived. Should you put one in your driveway? The ultimate question that needs to be answered is what you are truly looking for in your next set of wheels. General Motors seems to be on a fast track to updating the Pontiac brand with much more exciting designs and driving experiences. Keep an eye out for the new Vibe mini SUV and G8 super sedan for proof of this effort. But in many ways, the G6 represents much of what was hurting GM just a few short years ago. While the basic design is appealing, and even downright aggressive for a mainstream 2- or 4-door midsize car, the vehicle available on the showroom floors lacks refinement or excitement hinted by the design. The interior is a flowing slab of semi-soft plastic that is neither inviting nor stimulating. When you look at the design of the latest interior on the newer GM vehicles like the CTS and Malibu, you can see that the G6 was built in a very different era. And the driving experience is, how shall we say, rather pedestrian. A competitor that closely mirrors the experience of piloting this vehicle is the Hyundai Sonata. It is reliable, direct, and not so bad in a straight line. But as soon as you ask for some cornering athleticism or strong braking performances, the pedestrian bones start to show through. And the seating and steering wheel positions are even odd, which is odd in itself. Don't they test this stuff? And climbing in and out was not easy for my taller frame. New for 2008 is the GXP version, available in coupe and sedan form. The GXP delivers a 3.6-liter V6 engine, 252 horsepower, and 251 pound-feet of torque, mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. It also wears subtle new rocker moldings, restyled front and rear designs, and dual exhaust. And later in 2008, look for a special Street Edition with snarling hood scoops and huge rear spoiler. But most buyers will be looking at the base models powered by the 2.4-liter, 170 horsepower 4-cylinder with an archaic 4-speed Autobox. The G6 GT coupes and sedans lighten the road a bit with a 3.5-liter V6 rated at 219 horsepower. Price for all this fun? $18,500 for the base model and just over $27,000 for the somewhat hot GXP model. If you are the kind of person who gets very excited when a sequel follows last year's blockbuster, this just might be the car for you. Yesterday's news.